సెమిస్టర్ 1 సబ్జెక్ట్ కోడ్ 23 ఇప్పుడు ఇది 11:30 to 12:30 PM ఉంది కదా.
ఇది ఫస్ట్ సెమ్ అవుతుంది. ఒకసారి పిల్లల్ని కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకో, వాళ్ళు ఏ సెమ్ వాళ్ళు మనకు తెలిసిపోతుంది. అడగొచ్చు, ఇంకా టైం ఉంది కదా, ఇంకా 3 minutes.
హలో సార్. హలో
చెప్పండి
సార్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ సార్. ఇది థర్డ్ సెమిస్టర్ పొలిటికల్ సైన్స్ కాదా సార్ సబ్జెక్ట్?
థర్డ్ సెమ్ స్టే ఆన్లైన్.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే.
Listen everyone, which semester all are you from? Third semester students?
Yes sir, third semester.
Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll come wait for some time.
Okay sir.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, myself, Chiranjeevi, lecturer in political science. So, today we are going to discuss about our political science subject for semester 3. Course title is Indian Government and Politics. So, if you see, we have 12 chapters here in our syllabus. So, for that, we have our university has given schedule for the 10 classes for online mode. If you have before that, if you have attended for 1 or 2 classes in offline mode, but we have new schedule for 10 classes to complete this syllabus. We have 12 chapters. So in that, today we are going to discuss about the chapter 1, which means unit 1, nature of British colonial rule in India. So before that, we have to know about the our course title and syllabus. So you may check your textbook. So before we are going to enter into this syllabus, we have to know about the Indian Constitution and also what are the factors led to frame or to write a constitution for the Indian state. So before that, we have ruled by we have ruled by the British colonial rulers since 1600 century. So means the 16th century we have been ruled by British colonial rule under British crown. So at that time, almost 200 years we have been in colonial rule. So there is no Indian administration there since 1600 to up to 1947 when we got independence. So here the Indian national movement is important thing to get independence from these type of British colonial rulers. So before that, many revolts, many revolutions, many agitations have been held in Indian history. So first of all, 1857 Sipai Mutiny is one of the major important national movement to get independence from the colonial rulers. So this Indian national movement is important for the getting independence from the colonial rulers, so that many revolutionaries or freedom fighters also spent their entire life to get independence for the Indian continent. So Indian context. So here it's a basic incidents. Many incidents are happened in Indian national movement. So many political parties also participated. Many individual leaders also participated in the Indian national movement. So many movements like Sipai Mutiny is there, and also Dandi March means non-cooperation movement also there. Civil disobedience movement also there. Many stages also there for to get independence from the.
Page number.
Please ignore page number. Just listen what I am saying. After completion of our class, you may refer our textbook from starting onwards. Unit 1 from 3 to 12 and also 13 to 21. So I am trying to tell you about these 2 units in this class. So you may have asked questions from these chapters like what are the reasons for the factors led to Indian national movement. So and also major incidents also there in Indian national movement. So this is important syllabus for from our first 2 chapters. So many Indian leaders also fought against the British rulers to get independence from them. So at that time, Britishers have came here at 1600. At that time, they have came here in the name of trade and also in the name of commerce sectors, means imports and exports purpose. They have visited to India during 18th and 19th centuries. Many European countries leaders and many Europeans also have came here to trade with Indian rulers. So at that time, almost two centuries have been made relationship between the India and European countries, like many European countries like British, Dutch, Portuguese, and also French. Many colonial rulers have visited India, and many valuable things like spices or diamonds, gold, jewelries, like many valuable things have been shifted to their nations. So this in this British colonial rule in India has many stages, because they have came here in the name of trade. After that, they have entered into the Indian administration with agreement of Indian rulers. So at that time, our leaders, and also there are miscommunications are there in between Indian leaders. So they have taken a chance to enter into the entire Indian administration in the name of British Crown, Queen Elizabeth. So in the beginning, British colonial rule in India, and also implemented many policies in the name of British Crown. In the name of British Crown, they have made many acts and legislative acts also there to administer Indian state. So like many many acts like councils acts are there, and means chartered acts are there, and also many acts like Minto Malray reforms also there, 1919 Act and 1935 Act also there. So in the name of these acts, which are in the name of British Crown, they have been created for the better administration for themselves, not for the sake of Indian people. So they made many acts like this in the name of their benefits only, not for the sake of Indian people. So if we discuss about the Indian national movement, the rise of national consciousness in India took place towards latter half of the 19th century only. Before that, there were many struggles are there, many agitations, many rallies, Rasta Rokos, Dharnas, like that. Many activities are there against the British colonialism, but they were all confined to smaller areas, not entire India. So in any case, at that time, this type of media and this type of awareness is not there at the time of Indian national movement. So these incidents are placed only some of smaller areas or only major cities. So after many leaders visited entire India and propagated the Indian mass people to participate in the Indian national movement against the to fight against the British rulers. So in this past 200 years, even our rulers or people also participated in the entire Indian national movement until we get independence. So if we discuss about causes for the Indian national movement, there are several causes also there to participate in the name of Indian national movement to get independence from the colonial rulers. So for any movement to take roots, there are several causes will be there to lead up the final culmination point. So similarly, the making of Indian national movement is a result of many things that eventually lead to the creation of Indian National Congress is there, and some of other reasons also there. So main reasons are they implemented many reforms also for their benefit and also in the name of benefit for the Indian people, like Western education, or they created missionary schools, and also they have created many systems, many reforms, and also they encouraged many social reform movements also, like they helped uh, to remove this orthodox system which is raised in here in the name of many traditions also there na. So in the name of social and religious reform movements, our Indian leaders made like many organizations like Arya Samaj, Brahma Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission also there. So they have helped to remove this type of means social movements. They encouraged Indian leaders to remove this type of beliefs from the Indian people. So, if we discuss about Western education, British came up with several educational institutions in the nation to ensure that their local subjects could understand their language. Means, if they introduce English language, if we learn English language, so we can communicate with the rulers easily. So for their purpose only, they have introduced English education during the colonial area. So the motive behind was to enable these subjects to serve the rulers in the better form. So basically, they had initiated a Western educational institution or Western educational system in India with the sole aim of creating a class of educational Indians who could serve their colonial matters in the administration of the natives. So this is the main aim of their introduction of this Western education system. So also the English language united Indians from various regions and religions. So some progressive Indians like Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar, and also many leaders and many pioneers of Western education in India also there. So the old system of education was only perpetuating superstition and orthodoxy. So English education was treated as the treasure of scientific and democratic thought of the West. So English educated Indians like Rajaram Mohan Rai, Swami Vivekananda, Gopala Krishna Gokhale, Dadabhai Nauroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, and also Surendranath Banerjee, etc., who lead the social, religious, and political movements in India were all English educated. So English language became the medium of communication among the educational Indians by which they could develop close contacts with one another. So they also came to contact with Western ideas and also Western culture and also Western institutions through medium of English language. So it helped to build up a democratic rationalist outlook in Indian administration. So like ideas of nationalism, idea of democracy, liberty, equality, socialism, etc. Many concepts are introduced by the Western colonial rulers. So could be infiltrated to India. So the philosophical ideas of Milton, J.S. Mill, and Thomas Paine, John Locke, John Jacques Rousseau, and Mazzini, etc., help the growth of national consciousness. So, if we understand, if we want to know about this system, the basic aim of introduction of this education system is the language which they need to facilitate between the Indians and the British Crown. So they used to introduce this kind of common language for the both Indians and rulers. So unity through language has made their administration so easy, since the educated elite of India came from all parts of the country. So language could often become a barrier between the rulers and people. So, but with the introduction of English language, the thinkers from across nation found a common language to communicate their ideas, surpassing the barriers of language. So many vernaculars also there. There's some same people would take their knowledge and spread it across the other parts of the country by propagating them in their respective languages, thereby spreading the revolutionary ideas far and wide. So one of the important reason also there for the unite people against the entire British colonial rulers, that is social and religious reform movements are important cause for the Indian national movement. So if we discuss about these social and reform movements, the various social and reform movements which took place in India during the British rule were nothing but expression of the rising of national consciousness of the people of India. So this new educated class who imbibed by liberal Western culture recognized the need of reforming social institutions and also religious outlooks, as these were regarded obstacles to national advance. So a number of organizations like Arya Samaj, Brahma Samaj, Ramakrishna Mission, and also Theosophical Society, etc., helped in bringing movements of reformation and renaissance in India. So these movements aim to eliminate privilege from the social and religious fields. So to democratize social and religious institutions of the country and to promote individual liberty and social equality. So these leaders like Kandukuri Veerasalingam Pantulu and Raja Ram Mohan Rai, Raghupati Venkatratnam Naidu, many leaders, and Swami Vivekananda, and also many leaders fought against this entire system to eliminate these type of beliefs in Indian people. So they sought to establish equal rights of all individuals, irrespective of their caste or sex. So in this way, the national democratic awakening found expression in the all fields of national life. In politics, it gave birth to the movement of administrative reform, self-government, home rule, and finally independence. So British economic policies also one of the major cause for the Indian national movement. So the worst feature of the British colonial rule in India was the economic exploitation of all classes, because British people, means Britishers and all the colonial rulers, came to India as a traders only. After that, their primary motive was how to gain financial benefit from the India. So the British government maintained its civil services and also military force at the cost of India. So attempt was made to destroy the indigenous Indian industries like small scale industries, handcrafts. They exploited and they destroyed every handcraft system in India in the name of Western habits and Western beliefs. So they destroyed the indigenous Indian industries to expand the public demand of British industrial goods. They introduced ready-made goods in the name of clothes, in the name of articles, in the name of useful items for the people. So while heavy import duties were there put on Indian goods to restrict their entry into the British market, so there was free trade policy for the transactions of the raw materials or British goods in India. Leaders like Dadabhai Nauroji, M.G. Ranade, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, etc., was analyzed the economic impact of colonial rule India. So that's what Dadabhai Nauroji explained in his ideas in the name of drain theory. He expressed about economic exploitation by the British rulers in India. So economic exploitation to such a high extent had great repercussion on the growth of Indian nationalism, and the people agitated against the foreign movement. And also British has made many infrastructure developments in the name of their development in India, but British built infrastructure such as roads, railways, and telegraph system in order to improve their trade system within the country. This, however, helped the connecting the nation. People could easily move from one place to another, and they can communicate with each other through means of telegraph, which helped to propagate the idea of nationalism far and wide. And also they have introduced modern press system. So as a powerful social institution, the press facilitates the exchange of thought on a mass scale within a short time. So the introduction of the printing press system in India was an event of revolutionary significance. So Rajaram Mohan Rai was the founder of nationalist press in India. His Sambad Kaumudi in Bengali published in 1821, and Miratul Akbar in Persian published in 1822. So these were the first publications with the distinct nationalist and democratic progressive orientation. So the emergence of a number of nationalist and vernacular newspapers also played very vital role in mobilizing public opinion and awakening the national consciousness. Among them, many newspapers are there, like Amrit Bazar, Patrika, the Bengali, the Bombay Chronicle, the Tribune, the Indian Mirror, the Hindu, the Pioneer, the Madras Mail, the Maratha, the Kesari, etc. Many newspapers are there in the name of awakening the consciousness of nationalism in Indian people. So these newspapers are published across their region only. So at that time, many these papers has played many important role in the exposing the failure of British government in providing welfare measures to the people. So among the news agencies, the Free Press News Service played the most important role in distributing news from the nationalist standpoint. So this Indian national movement was possible due to facility of political education and propaganda provided by the press. With its help, Indian nationalist groups were able to popularize among the people the ideas of representative government. So the press also brought the news of the international world, which made the people conscious of their own position in India. If we take an example of present situation, the media is playing important role. Means they provoking the government system, and they educating the people, and they educating awareness about public policies, which government is playing beneficial policies for the purpose of people benefits. So if we discuss about many policies also there, like British Governor Generals introduced many policies and government acts in the name of British Crown. They introduced many policies towards to implementation of their policies. So actually, the influence of British Western civilization has changed Indian habits so much wider than before their entry into the Indian state. So if we discuss about racial discrimination also there in the name of their implementation of their policies. So many policies, many governor generals who has acted as representatives of British Crown, they had made many policies towards the Indian state, and also they had made many agreements with the Indian rulers in the name of trade, in the name of administration. They had introduced civil service system also. They had introduced many written examination system for the government jobs. So before that, British capitalist ideology also influenced our Indian leaders to get independence as soon as possible. So if we discuss about their policy system, their industrial policy system, they introduced it only for the benefit of themselves only. There is no use for the benefit for the Indian people. If we take an example of there is no equal pay for equal work. There is no equality among the salary distributions between the British employees and Indian employees. So both are doing same work, but the salaries are different. So all these factors jointly had promoted the growth of nationalism in India. Indian nationalism was important aspect. So as per our Indian historians has said about this, so they had made many policies for their benefit only. There is no proper benefit for the Indian people. So if we discuss about this Indian movement, many institutions, many organizations has played a vital role in the name of Indian national movement to get independence. Like Indian National Congress is important political party in Indian national movement time. So it has been established in 1885, December 28. So these the party, the Indian National Congress, helped in widening, consolidating the growth process of nationalism. Ultimately, it had brought independence in India. So if we discuss about the development system, means of communication, means of transport system, modern means transport helps to consolidation of the people into modern nations. In India too, the establishment of railways, construction of roads, canals, organizations, they also built many irrigation projects also at that time. In some cases they have helped Indians in the name of better administration. So many organizations, like in modern times, means after 18th 19th century, the modern means of communication helped the growth of political and cultural life on a national scale. It promoted the organization and functioning a number of political organizations, like as we discussed, Indian National Congress is there, All India Kisan Sabha is there, Youth League is there, All India Trade Union Congress is there, and many organizations are played important role in Indian national movement. So if we discuss about their introduction of railway system, made it possible for the people of different towns, villages, districts, and provinces to meet, to exchange views, and to decide upon programs for the nationalist movement. Without the modern means of transport, no national conferences could have been held. So after introduction of this British system, they had changed a lot in the Indian administration system. So in fact, some scholars at that time did not consider India to be a country, though political union had occurred in the past under great kings like Ashoka and Akbar. Under the Marathas, to an extent, they were not permanent. However, cultural unity was always seen, and foreign powers always referred to the Indian subcontinent as India or Hind as being one entity. So, despite being ruled by many rulers, it can be said that the national movement with the political and social emancipation of the people as its aim arose in India from 1885 with the formation of Indian National Congress. So many reasons are there, many causes are there for the Indian national movement, and also many incidents also there, like if we discuss about this Indian national movement into three stages, there are three stages are there, like we have moderate phase from 1885 to 1905, and also extremist phase from 1905 to 1916, and also the Gandhi era is from 1922 1947. Extremist phase is from 1905 to 1919. The Gandhian era is 1920 to 1947. So for better understanding, we have to study as these stages is easy way to understand the Indian national movement into different stages. Like these three stages is entirely explain about the Indian national movement in one understanding. So if we discuss about moderate era, we have at that time, in this moderate area, many Indian national leaders. So the leading personalities during the first phase, means moderate phase of the Indian national movement, were Umesh Chandra Banerjee, Surendranath Banerjee, Dadabhai Nauroji, Firoz Shah Mehta, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, and also Badruddin Tyabji, Madan Mohan Malavya, Justice Ranade. They were called moderate because they adopted peaceful and constitutional means to achieve their demands. So this stage, moderate phase, is only in the name of peaceful manner. There is no violence at this time. In this moderate phase from 1885 to 1905, these leaders are only used to protest against the British colonial rulers in the name of only peaceful manner. Means they won't take any violent methods or violent agitations against the British rulers. So they have attempted in the peaceful manners like protest, prayer, and petition. They used 3P formula, means only petition or prayer or protest. So they use it in the peaceful manner. So they won't take any violent method to participate in the name of Indian national movement against the British rulers. So sometimes these leaders have supported British rulers too in the name of support. The moderates had total faith in British and were loyal to the British. So they have played loyalty against these rulers. So moderates used only this type, as we discussed, 3P formula, that is prayer, petition, protest. So they confined their political activities to the educated classes only. They aim to attain political rights and self-government stage by stage. So anyway, this stage, moderate stage, these leaders only used this peaceful method, but many leaders from this group has extended their views, and they left this group, and they also created a new group, that is extremist way. They used extremist ways to fight against the British rulers. So at that time, from 1905 to 1919, this period known as extremist phase in Indian national movement. So these phase was led by under the leadership of Lal Bal Pal, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Gopal Bipin Chandrapal, and also Arvind Ghosh. So these leaders are used to fight against the British rulers in the extremist way, like they used violent methods against the British rulers. So the factors that led to the rise of extremism are one of the major failure of moderates, and also economic distress caused by the famines and plagues between 1896 to 1901. So that killed many people, but there was no relief measures by the government. It means British government not shown any sympathy or any beneficial programs or any relief programs towards Indian people. So moral courage caused by the Indians by their struggle against the British in South Africa, and also many significant movements also there, like world incidents like French Revolution, American independence movement also there, Russian revolution means 1917 Soviet Union revolution is also important, influenced the Indian national leaders to fight against the British rulers. So at that time, these British rulers has made many reforms against the India. So they have divided. They used to method that is divide and rule policy. They have introduced. They divided India into smaller parts to administer easily. So at that time, Lord Curzon passed this type of divide and rule policy from at that time 1905. Bengal region of Bengal has divided into two parts. So after that, the many agitations also there to unite the Bengal as it old. So at that time, many methods they have used, many non-cooperating movements also there at that time. In 1905, Gandhi led this non-cooperation movement. So, and also at that time, Indians, which Gandhi led this movement, Indians are against the British rulers. They have not supported in any administration process, like the boycotted schools, they boycotted courts, they boycotted government offices, and also they did not support in any way to British rulers. So they introduced promotion of Swadeshi movement also. They boycotted foreign goods. They promoted only Indian-made goods. So introduction of promotion of national education also they have used in this extremist phase. So and third stage is the Gandhian era, which is from 1922 and 1947. At that time, this stage, which is from 1920 to 1947, is known as Gandhian era. So in this period, Gandhi has played important role in the name of unite the people to participate Indian national movement across the country. So during this period, Mahatma Gandhi became undisputed leader of national movement. So if we discuss about his principles like truth, non-violence, and satyagraha were played important role in Indian national movement. So Mahatma Gandhi, after returning from the South Africa in 1915, where he developed the technique of satyagraha in dealing with racial discrimination in South Africa. So here in India, he had played many political movements against the British rulers. Like in 1919, the British introduced Rowlatt Act. So from this act, that act means Indians should not gather in large number to organize any meeting or to organize any agitation against the British rulers. So they have right to shoot at sight from this act. So like we have 144 section at present time. So at that time, 1919, they had introduced Rowlatt Act to destroy the idea of meeting or to arrange conferences to against the British rulers. So in 1919, meetings were held all over the country. Mahatma Gandhi was arrested near Delhi. Many leaders like in Punjab, Dr. Satyapal, Dr. Saifuddin Kichlu were arrested in Amritsar. At that time, during this 1919 Rowlatt Act, at that time in Punjab, Jallianwala Bagh incident happened. So to protest against the Rowlatt Act, the huge number of people attended in a ground. There is only one way to enter or exit. At that time, at the time of 13th April 1919, people when assembled at Jallianwala Bagh, the British soldiers under General Dyer's order opened fire against the people who are innocent to participate, who came here to participate in this movement in the name of meeting. The British soldiers has opened fire and which killed hundreds of them in this incident. So the Jallianwala Bagh incident is the one of the important incident in the Indian national movement history. So after that, non-cooperation movement is there. At that time, Simon Go Back movement also there. When they introduced the 1919 Act, at that time, they have introduced a committee to review the implementation of 1919 Act under the chairmanship of John Simon, and all the members are others were Englishmen, means all belongs to the British community. So there is no representation from the Indian state. So for this, the Indian National Congress has decided to boycott the commission's proceedings and also throughout the country and raised the slogan, Simon Go Back. So this is the important incident in the Indian national movement. And one of the important Indian national movement incident is civil disobedience movement. So after the Purna Swaraj resolution at the Lahore session of the Indian National Congress, that session gave a call to the masses to observe 26 January 1930 as a Independence Day. So at that time, Gandhi's Dandi March against tax on salt got tremendous support. So hence this movement is also popularly known as Dandi March or civil disobedience movement. So in this movement, methods of boycott of foreign goods, adoption of Swadeshi goods, and Satyagraha were included in the movement. So thousands of volunteers were arrested. Gandhi's distinct method like non-violence and Satyagraha, and also inspired the Indian masses who rendered complete support. So for this reason, the implementation of this Purna Swaraj resolutions, that is the reason we have been enacted and implementing Indian Constitution from the date of 26 January 1950. So the reason behind this date is Purna Swaraj resolution is there. So many agreements are also there between the Indian rulers and also British rulers, and also 3 rounds of roundtable conferences has held to implement better administration in Indian continent. So Gandhi, along with the Muslim League and the Scheduled Caste Federation led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, participated in the meeting. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar participated entire 3 rounds of round table conferences. He represented the India and scheduled caste people and also backward class people. So there were also representatives from the princely states, and Gandhi demanded complete self-rule and dominion status, which were rejected by the Britishers. So Gandhiji returned to India. Congress decided to resume the civil disobedience movement, which was answered by the British with repression. So Quit India movement also important Indian national movement incident in the Indian history. So for this, at the time of 1942, this movement has introduced by the Mahatma Gandhi at the time of 8th August of 1942. So Indian independence was a precondition for such a support. He called for Quit India movement. So Gandhi gave a slogan, "Do or die," from this Quit India movement. So the immediate effect was the arrest of Gandhiji and other Congress members. So the Indian National Congress was banned. However, by this time, the movement spread all over the country, leading to many problems for functioning of the British government. So British government had made many things to destroy the entire Indian national movement system, which led by Gandhi and other leaders. So the British government has, after many revolutions led by the Indian leaders, they had initiated a cabinet mission plan in 1946 to work out ways to discuss the modalities for transfer of power in terms of conditions on the following lines, like possibility of establishment of federation with the union of states, the succession of paramountcy of the crown, and also formation of constituent assembly to establish till the constitution was to be framed. So after that, accession of all states into All India Federation. So in these conditions, they had introduced this cabinet mission plan in 1946 to give independence to the India. So later in 1946, the elections were held for the Constituent Assembly to write constitution for the India. So in that, majority of the seats and states were won by the Indian National Congress. An interim government has created and formed in September 2, 1946, and with Jawaharlal Nehru as vice president. So means at that time, Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad acted as president. So in 1947, the British Prime Minister Clement Attlee announced that government's decision to transfer of power to the Indian leaders. So at that time, Lord Mountbatten came to India as a viceroy, and also British government passed a resolution in July 1947 to creation of India and Pakistan into 2 different states. So at that time means 15th August. So at that time, 15th August of 1947, India became an independent nation, and also with the same time, Pakistan also got independence from the British colonial rulers. So this is the important incidents in the Indian national movement, but many causes, many incidents also there in the name of Indian national movement. So after that, getting independence of India, they this interim government has played an important role to write uh, constitution for the sake of Indian state. So at that time, on the leadership of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, they had uh, took place of 2 years and 11 months period to write a better constitution for the India. They have searched many constitution entire the world and chosen few features from the all other countries constitutions and made a strong and lengthiest written constitution for the India. That is the important constitution, and which is best constitution and best uh, written constitution in the world is the Indian constitution only. So many political agitations and many political uh, incidents also has there in the name of Indian national movement. Many leaders fought against the Indian uh, Indian rule, which led by the Britishers. So, if we discuss about the this Indian national movement, many failures also there in the Indian national movement, because there is no understanding between the Indian leaders. If we discuss about difference between moderate phase and extremist phase, the both are they use different methods. Like moderates are used only peaceful methods, peaceful incidents, and peaceful manner. And if we discuss about extremist phase, these extremist leaders are used in violent method. So there is a communication gap between the Indian national leaders during the Indian national movement. So uh, before that, many leaders from different stages, different states has played important role, and also the Indian National Congress also played important role in this form of Indian national movement. So after that, uh, the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has played important role in the drafting. As a drafting committee chairman, they had taken many important features from the other constitutions to provide better constitution for the Indian people. So from these two chapters, we will ask questions like causes of Indian national movement, or Indian national movements incidents like civil disobedience movement, or non-cooperation movement, or stages of Indian national movement. Will ask as a questions from these two chapters. So if you have any doubts, you can ask. So so questions may be different, but the major concept and major answer is the will be same to write in the examination. So factors or causes for the Indian national movement is the important for our syllabus. And also uh, divide and rule policy is also important concept in this chapter.
Sir, what is the topic of today?
Indian national movement. Indian national movement and first chapter, nature of British colonial rule in India. First two units. You may ask questions from these two chapters like reasons for the Indian national movement and stages of Indian national movement, and also divide and rule policy, national movement incidents like Quit India movement, civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, like that.
Sir, today you completed 2 chapters, sir.
Yes. So we have only 10 classes for 12 chapters. So these 2 chapters are having less syllabus. So in next chapters we have lengthy syllabus. So that will take each chapter will take entire class. So we have 10 more chapters that will completed in 9 classes. Maximum I will try to wind up in 9 classes in this remaining 10 chapters. I have told you already before beginning the class. I have told about the entire syllabus and course title and myself also. Introduction of myself. So tell to your friends to join same time. Same timings will be there for our subject. Every Saturday and Sunday we are having classes from 10 to 11 in the morning, Saturday and Sunday. If you have any doubts, ask after the class only. Don't use to see the textbook. Textbook will give you knowledge after the listening of class. So most of the students are asking what is the page number, what is the topic name. So there is no use with these things. Just listen to class. After that, you are having your textbook, you can read it. That will help to better understanding. So we have less time to complete the session. That's what during the exams times also we are having classes.
So then how to prepare, sir? We can't concentrate on both.
Of course, but the schedule is up to 2 p.m. only. Now after 2 p.m. You are having exam, right?
But some people are not listening the second semester classes also, sir. At that same time.
During this COVID time, the situations are different from.
Even university is not provided any materials to read.
Did you not get this textbook?
No, sir. We don't. I have no third semester
Yes,
textbooks.
sir, we don't have.
Textbooks.
PDFs also not got
No,
to your
sir.
mail ID.
No, sir.
No PDFs. Only they will inform if there any class. They will text us.
Once you better to contact your study center about these books. From Hyderabad, people will go and collect the books from the university campus. From other places, you better to contact your study center.
Yeah, sir. Will you give any important questions after completion of the total syllabus?
After completion of last classes, I will give you the model papers. Not important questions. I will give you model paper.
I mean that important topics which may use.
Yes. I will give you on last class. So no need to worry. Just listen and attend class and inform to your friends to attend the online classes. It will be useful for better understanding of these textbooks. So if you don't have textbooks, just contact your study center and ask them to provide books.
In university, they are giving books.
Yes. For Hyderabad people, they may go to the university
Yes.
and they will provide you books. Just bring that payment receipt of tuition
we have
fees.
taken also.
Very good. For other areas, they are not providing, right? So they may better to contact their study center staff. They will facilitate the books. Okay. Thank you for the participation. I'm concluding the session. Please attend on tomorrow at the same time, 10 to 11 a.m. for Indian government and political science subject. Inform to your friends also to participate in the class. Thank you everyone.